Hey guys, what's going on? Mike here, Laker Talk. Let's talk Lakers basketball. I want to talk about the Rondo and Lonzo situation. I want to give my take on it. You see what's going on. We're getting inconsistent play out of Lonzo Ball. Those of us that are fans of Lonzo and knowing and thinking that he is a future point guard of the Lakers, we don't like seeing him play inconsistently, game in and game out. And then we got our one-year guy, Rondo, Rajon Rondo, who's coming in and balling out yesterday and taking his minutes. What's going on with Lonzo? The thing is this: until Lonzo become consistent and can do some of the things that is valuable on the floor, that's helping us take a lead or get into a lead on a team or whatever, until he gets consistent at that, you're going to see guys take his minutes no matter what if a guy comes off the bench and is playing like Rondo did yesterday. That's just a fact. Rondo put up 17, 10, and 6, 8 of 10 shooting. I mean, if, let's say, he's not going to do that every single night, but if he did, he's the guaranteed starter, and he's an all-star point guard right now in the NBA. So that's just a pure fact. And there was Mike Trudell asked Rondo yesterday, like, what do you see in Portland? You know, because you swept them last year with the Pelicans. What do you see in Portland that you're having so much success? He said they like to play him to pass. And so obviously he took it upon himself to be aggressive and got high percentage shots. And you know, when you're on the road playing against a tough team, having won there in a long time, one of the better ways for you to have a chance to win is to take high percentage shots, not take low percentage shots, which are 3-point field goals, long rebounds, letting them get out and run. You control the ball, limit turnovers, and take high percentage shots, which are like layups and whatnot, and dunks and things like that, and just really good open shots. Rondo came in and was doing exactly that. So by any stretch, you just let him play and run the point, because he was plus 28 on the floor no matter what. Unfortunately, Lonzo, you got to sit at that particular at that time. Now, when it comes to Lonzo Ball and his strengths and all that, we know Lonzo Ball is bigger. We know he defends better. We know that he likes to, not have the ball in his hands consistently like Rondo. He likes to push the ball up the floor, and ball movement, that's his thing. When he's playing fast, he's at his best. When he's hitting his shots, he's also effective. But if Lonzo is going to remain primarily a three-point shooter, and that's what his offense is predicated on, you're going to have these hit and miss type of games. You're going to have a game where he's hitting his first 2 shots, and so he stays in a rhythm, and he's going to get into that flow like the Mavericks game. And we saw Rondo didn't get that many minutes. And because of that, Lonzo stayed in the game, got the rebounds and all that stuff, and had a really decent game, right, for us, a really valuable, consistent game. We didn't see that in Portland, and Rondo came out and took the minutes from him. And by all means, if Lonzo, until he can change up some things and become more effective, even let's say he's not a driving or whatnot, he's just sitting in the corner waiting for a shot. And if his shot's not falling, you pulling somebody else, and that guy's driving to the hole and having success at the rim, he's going to stay on the floor. And that's what we saw in Rondo yesterday. So the thing is this: I still say, obviously, you start Lonzo Ball. If you see, like in a 5-game, 7-game, 8-game stretch, that Lonzo is playing inconsistent and Rondo is consistently putting up valuable, strong, decent numbers, like what he did, or not just that, those are all-star numbers that he put up yesterday against Portland. But if he's just putting up some decent numbers and he's more valuable on the floor, you didn't start him and you sit Lonzo on the bench and let him think about it. That's just the reality. You don't change your game. You don't change the system. A lot of people are saying, Mike, we need to change things up. Let Lonzo play and change the system up and kind of put the ball in his hands, or, do some things, right? Let him get the flow. Unfortunately, Lonzo Ball is going to have to switch things up. He's not a Jason Kidd type, where Jason Kidd was the guy who liked to dribble and liked the ball in his hand and demanded the ball in his hand. Lonzo's not that guy. Until he becomes that guy, and we see little spurts of him doing that. Until then, he's not going to be that valuable for us other than rebounding and defending, which he is valuable, and we're going to utilize him, but that becomes like a role player. If he wants to remain in the starting lineup, I think long term and be valuable and get those 35 plus minutes, whatnot, which we all think that, which he probably wants, and we all know that we want him to be there because we want him to succeed. We want him to be valuable for the team. He's going to have to step his game up and change some things up and be like Rondo. Hey, they're playing me for the pass, so I'm going to be aggressive this particular game. Rondo saw that and he took advantage of it. Now, Rondo is not a good three-point shooter, so he's not going to ever go like 4 for 5 from 3, 4 for 6 like that. That seems to be like more what Lonzo could do here in and here out. But again, if your game is predicated on threes, you're going to be inconsistent. Coach will sit you down and somebody will take your minutes if they're more valuable in those different spurts, especially on the road, playing a tough game or whatever, tough team, and we got to get that win. It's going to happen. Anyway, that's my thoughts right now on Lonzo. I still say start Lonzo, but it's up to Lonzo Town to look at the tape and go, I saw what Rondo did. I saw how effective he was on the squad or in these minutes, and I need to incorporate some of that. Look at where you were not as highly as valuable. I mean, taking those long three-point shots, long rebounds, and say, you know what, maybe I'm going to switch some things up here and there and mix it up a little bit. Then you get on the floor and you play more productive minutes. So, hey, it is what it is. It's still going to be this back and forth thing, I think, for the most of the season until that consistency comes in from Lonzo. Hit me up in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for commenting, liking, subscribing. As always, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Mike Sports LA. We got Toronto tonight. Let's get that win, baby. Let's talk.